And then, Centauri 3. The Vallis Marinaris on Mars. San Francisco. All the places I've told you about. We'll roll them out like a red carpet. You can go anywhere. Do anything. The whole universe is ahead of you.
Forgive the intrusion. Dr. McCoy is ready for you.
I'll be back soon. Captain, I expect you to behave yourself.
Your father always had a distinctive sense of humor.
Your reputation precedes you, Captain Kirk.
Call me Jim. And just what exactly did he tell you about me?
How alone you were.
He told you I was lonely? Well, that is the price of command.
It was more than that. It was something you carried with you. Like a distance. Always a different girl in every world. None mattering beyond the moment. There was one who was different. Her name... Edith.
Some things are best forgotten. I don't talk about the past, and your father shouldn't have either.
I hurt you. I'm sorry. I'm not good with people. Lack of practice. It's just he thought he would never see any of you again.
Life seldom takes us where we want it to.
Jim, I understand loneliness. You shouldn't try to banish memories. They're how we live on. They're all I have of my mother. Did you know her?
She'd just come on the ship. I'd seen her once or twice.
You'd have liked her. She was funny. And brave.
I know. She died saving you.
She didn't hesitate. I could never be that strong.
Well, we never know what we can do until we have to.
Captain, if I may.
Excuse me.
Sensor scans of the external hyperfield have proven inadequate to risk a matter-antimatter implosion to free the ship.
What do you suggest?
The field surrounding Miss Sulu seems a benign microcosm of the larger field. If I might be allowed to take some measurements.
Mr. Spock would like to run some tests on you.
Will it hurt?
No.
I would have said yes anyway.
I'll see you later.
How do we start?
We already have.
One pharmaceutical cocktail coming up. I swear, at times like this, I feel like a bartender, not a doc. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh, it's all right. The only image I had of her was...
I understand. Just lie back. You'll feel a bit lightheaded and drowsy.
Should I count back from 100?
Just say whatever comes to mind.
To be snatched away from everything you know. Drop down in a wilderness. Have to build your life up from nothing with their bare hands. Only one thing will let you do that and survive. Before all that, I was on the career track to Kenton. Friends were for off hours. Hobbies, mere diversion. Family, not in the equation. But then, through the long nights, we'd sit in the crystal towers, listen to the wind wash over the Dead Sea, gaze up at the twin moons, share stories we remembered, adventures we'd had. I may have been lost, but I was home.
It's a rare man that finds that. And a lucky one.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Spock? I mean, if it doesn't distract you.
I'm not easily distracted, Miss Sulu. What would you like to know?
Beyond that door, there are hundreds of people. And so far, I've only met 6 in my whole life. 4 in the last 2 hours. My father told me that you were the only one of your kind on the ship. Do you ever wonder what people think about you? Or what they see?
They will see precisely what you are. A singularly astute and charming young woman.
But I'm so different.
We are each of us unique.
But you must admit, some of us are a lot more unique than others.
It is grammatically incorrect to place a modifier before unique. But nonetheless, you are correct. Some of us are.
You still haven't answered my question.
I endure the pressures my choice of life demands because I prefer it to one of solitude. And because I have found that I can tolerate being judged far better than being of no consequence. The scan is complete. I must get this data to Mr. Scott.
So, am I one of a kind, Mr. Spock?
You are indeed, Miss Sulu.
Dr. Sickbay. How are we doing, Bones?
Jim, I've tried every neuromnemonic in ship stores on Sulu.
And?
Scattered bits and pieces. Nothing you can use. And I can't give him any more. His system can't take it. I'm sorry, Jim.
How goes Plan B, Mr. Spock?
The readings I took from Miss Sulu should allow us to attempt the negation burst. As soon as Mr. Scott concludes his adjustments, we can proceed.
Then I suggest you do so with all dispatch. What's wrong?
Jim, Alana Sulu's atomic structure is bound to the hyperfield. We can't be certain she'll be coming with us.
Scotty said he'd be able to bring her over in time.
Time is a luxury we do not have, Captain, and we may not have sufficient power for such an attempt.
Are you sure about this?
There are some variables in the readings. A stronger possibility is that she will remain with the ship. Still.
Thank you, Mr. Spock.
Should we inform Miss Sulu or her father?
No, not yet. But I expect you to do whatever you can to better her odds.
Of course.
For now, is there anything we can do to make her more comfortable? Are you still hanging around?
Don't you have anything better to do than make fun of easy targets?
Well, we had a few moments before the implosion attempt, and I thought I'd drop by and give you a surprise.
Surprise?
Mr. Scott had some bored technicians he needed to occupy. Would you care for a stroll?
What do you call this?
Tech 12. It's not very imaginative.
It's a perfect. This.
What?
The best moment of my life.
Few people recognize it while it's happening.
All the better reason to notice it.
It's just the first of many.
It's a good look for you.
Uhura. It's been forever. My God.
What?
You're younger than my daughter.
Yeah, I heard about her. She sounds wonderful.
She takes after her mother.
Uhura to the bridge.
Acknowledged. We'll catch up later, okay?
Uhura. Don't let it all go by.
If you got your sea legs back, you're free to go.
Thank you, Doctor.